Hello guys, welcome to today's Inktober video. It is day 26 and part of me feels like it's all gone so quickly. Part of me also feels like I've been drawing and recording and editing for 100 days. Thanks so much for the words of encouragement on the last couple of videos. I think I've got my mojo back and that's huge thanks in part to you guys. Today's house might hurt your eyes a little bit. It definitely gave me a bit of a headache drawing it. The house is haunted by a glitch and I'm so happy with the overall effect. I can't wait to draw like this again. I thought it would be fun today to talk about my supernatural experiences. There have been some great ones in the comments, a few people who have lived in haunted houses. I wouldn't say that my house was haunted, the house that I grew up in, but it had a lot of history. It was a Victorian house, it survived the wars, and the house itself just really had an energy to it, like it was its own living entity. When I was younger, I went through random phases of being scared of different random things, burglary and fire and ghosts. At one point, when my sister had started secondary school and I was still at primary school, there was a window of about 10 to 20 minutes where I'd be home alone after school waiting for her to get back. And I got so scared being in there on my own, I would just go and get ice cream and wait for her on the front doorstep. But nothing really happened then. Once I was over my fear of ghost stage, I ended up having a couple of spooky experiences. But the weird thing was that it was never really scary. Like, it wasn't a shock, it didn't make me jump, it just kind of felt like how you observe things in dreams. I remember once being on the top floor of the house. We had a cupboard up there with like the ironing board in it and stuff, and the cupboard was locked with a key, but we always kept the key in the lock. And I remember standing about 5 feet away from it and literally seeing the key turn by itself and the door creak open. I don't think I was brave enough to go over and close it, but I just kind of carried on with my day. There was a time I had to get up in the middle of the night once to go to the toilet, and when I walked out of my room, turned the lights on, there was a man and woman sitting on the stairs in old clothes. They were kind of like in suspended animation, so like they were frozen talking to each other, and before I could really look at them, they weren't there anymore, and I just kind of passed it off as being half asleep. I also had a stained glass window on my bedroom doors, which was a lovely relic from the Victorian times, with the image of a man on one side and a woman on the other. So my mum suggested that maybe that image kind of imprinted on me as I walked out of the room. Doesn't really explain why I saw them sitting down together though. And one morning I woke up and there was a boy standing a few feet away from my bed in this navy blue, again, old-fashioned outfit. And like I said, it wasn't scary or a surprise, and then he was gone. I personally do believe that there's more to life than what we see, maybe even on like a scientific level. I can accept that there are things that exist on planes that we can't perceive with our own eyes, you know, the same way that there are colours on the spectrum or whatever that we can't see, infrared and those kinds of things. I personally find superstition and stuff like that quite fun, the same as believing that there's alien life out there. It just opens up realms in your imagination and gives life new dimensions. And it doesn't need to be taken too seriously. I don't live by my horoscope, but I do like to read it if I have a magazine, and I'll then find a way to make it relate to my life. Sometimes I give more meaning to coincidences than just being a coincidence. I did the lottery the other day just because of the way that my day was going. I was sure I was going to win something. I didn't, but that won't stop me from doing it next time I get that feeling. I've been rambling about this for a bit too long. I would love to know if you guys have ever experienced your own haunting or supernatural experiences. Feel free to share your opinions, even if they're out of the ordinary, but please let's all be respectful of other people's beliefs if they do differ. I have one more kind of scary ghost story, but I might save that for another time if you guys want to hear it. I don't want to freak you guys out, it was quite a creepy one. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.